Hello and welcome to the Digital Dashboard tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be demonstrating how to create, edit, and preview digital dashboards. So we're here in the main console of a demonstration account, and you'll see we have recently added a few more shortcuts here. One is for dashboards, so I'll go ahead and click that, and it by default takes you to a screen where you can create a new dashboard title and begin adding your gadgets to the different quadrants in your dashboard. But before we do that, why don't we go over to the sidebar and preview a dashboard that's already been created by clicking on the preview or the magnifying glass icon. So this is going to go ahead and generate a sample dashboard that was previously created. And you'll see here we have a number of different gadgets that have been created within different sections of the screen. Above we have a trend chart, which is in full width mode. So you can have a gadget take the full width of the screen, or as you'll see below, you can go half width. We have a summary chart, a table, or a chart or a graph here for compare locations report. And below we have a service score report and a summary graph. You can have unlimited number of gadgets on your dashboard. You can also drag and drop your gadgets to different sections of your dashboard. And let's talk about some of the functionality here. We have hover capability where you can just hover over a chart or a bar and get the exact percentage. You can also click through. If you hover in the center of a gadget, you'll see the click to view underlying tabular data. And what that is an ability to look at, in tabular form, all the underlying statistics beneath that report. And you'll see this has generated a good deal of information. And it actually has several, there I believe are 3 locations to this particular report. So we have the tabular data for all 3 locations. In addition to the percentages for the results of the entire survey, we also highlight here the particular question that was in the gadget. And you can hover over any question to get the full text of the question. As well, you'll note we have the total frequency column, an average score column, and a top 2 box column. So you get quite a bit of data here. You're getting a number of different reports in one when you click through to see the underlying tabular data. So I'll go ahead and close that pop-up. And that can happen on any of the gadgets. Just hover and you'll get the click to view underlying data. If it's a chart like this, or rather a table, you can go and click to see the underlying graph and go back to the previous table. In trend charts, you can also click Show Labels, which will give you more information along the y-axis. Usually, in this case, your intervals. So this looks like it's a weekly interval from 2.9 to 2.17, etc., etc. And the N is the frequency. 86 people answered the survey during this interval, 184 during this interval, etc. The dashboard is real time, so you can just click refresh and the dashboard will refresh with any surveys that had come into the database during the time that you were viewing it or from the previous session. So I'm going to click the back button here, and now we'll go and start creating our own dashboard. Okay, so now we're in the screen where we can create the title for our new dashboard. And the description field is an optional comment field where you can put any comments you wish there and they'll be saved. So I'm going to click Add Gadget, and it will take us to the familiar analysis report screen where I can either filter by user or by survey type or by a particular survey. So I'm going to go ahead and grab medical treatment facility. And by the way, your dashboard can include gadgets from any number of different surveys. They don't all have to be from the same survey. So we can select a gadget from the drop-down, and let's say I want to do a summary graph. I'll be given, in this case, this survey only has 5 questions, but it will present all the questions in the survey for me to select from. So I'm going to click the radio button adjacent the first question and click Next, and it will give me a preview of the gadget. And this is exactly the same gadget that will appear in your dashboard, albeit smaller, but the same functionality. So I will go ahead and click Next. Save my gadget name now. My first gadget. And click Save. Now you'll see down below my first gadget is saved, and I can either preview my dashboard, I can save and return later, or I can keep adding gadgets. So let's go ahead and add another gadget. I'm going to select the same survey in this case. I can select one or more locations, but we'll keep all the locations because I'm going to select Compare Locations. So I'm going to compare all 3 locations, and let's grab the second question. And in fact, I'm even going to add another metric, which is a benchmark metric for to compare against all the locations combined. So now you'll see we have the Compare Location gadget with a 4th location, which is actually our benchmark, all locations. And there are 441 surveys in this particular data set. So I'm going to click Next, and I'll call this my Compare Location gadget, and save. Now I have 2, and I can just continue this process, continuing to add more and more gadgets, and I can always preview the dashboard as it stands now at any time. And you can see my 2 gadgets here. I can click through to get that underlying tabular data as we've discussed. Or I can go back and continue adding more gadgets. Okay, so now that we have created 2 gadgets in our dashboard and previewed it, why don't we just go ahead and save? And it says it confirms that they've been successfully saved. And if we go to View Dashboards, now we see we have a new dashboard that we've created. So in closing, I also want to mention that within an enterprise account, and this particular demo account is an individual account, but an enterprise account that has multiple sub-account layers with a stratified database, you also have additional functionality in your dashboard. You can create rolled up reports or drill down reports. So you can see how all the locations across your entire enterprise are doing with regards to the feedback surveys in real time. So this concludes our tutorial for the digital dashboard, and thank you very much.